ballet to focus. You fall ballet to grind. You eat a shoulder to lean on. You eat a shoulder to cry.
What is going on, my YouTube family? We are back again. This is Rymey got Country Hype. Shout out Country Hype. And this is Playground. And what's the name of this beat? Why did my eyes do that just now? But this is the same beat that was on Body Get You Not Even Like Barrington, you know. And I'm gonna try to rate these songs too, like which ones I like on the beat so far, because I think I've done. Was it Body Good? And I think would this be the second one? Y'all, I have to double check. I have to keep track of that. So what I'm gonna keep track of that, just like I'm gonna keep track of the Hill and Gully ones too, so we can have that running. And y'all tell me what y'all think is y'all favorite too. So let's get into it.
Country Hype music.
Up the time, I know it's Rymey God. And girl, I'm asked so why we body. Don't like for body. I want mighty body. Me want put your panty playing now, playing in your hole and no playground. My girl stop playing around, hold in your ear and come in your ears drum. Jump now your hole like stage show, run and run so you wait.
Come in your eardrums? Please, 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 please. Please tell me that's not what I heard. Because are people doing, you know, I do realize that people get into what they get into in the bedroom. Cool. Cool. None of my business. Eardrums? That's what we're doing now? But the thing is, I shouldn't be surprised. Maybe I misheard. Maybe let's keep going. Let me make sure.
Let's go back like we go and steer to. She a sucky cocky till tears go. Put your bunny cocky now, so you need go. Y'all skin out your pretty pink now. Oh, your pussy looking me did a fi bingo. Yeah, you know chatty, you know carry bean come. And your pussy now shot, I know fish con. Long on your tongue, from me come by your lash. Yeah, the pussy clean and you not shot. You go, your body need on the back shot. Looking pretty pa my cock, girl, skin out your pretty pink. Girl, your pussy pretty magnificent. And though your pussy tell me she can must say sick yourself. She give me credit, but I know the G-cell. You look so pretty when you walk, give me head. Love off your pretty nipple, them he them slap up your body when you watch you killing. You look so happy when you in me bed. And me babe, she not fuck you, but you want hold your body playing now, playing at your hole and no playground. My girl stop play around, one in your ear and come in your ears drum. Jump now your whole like stage show, run and run so your waist go bad like we go Van Spain.
I just realized he said jump in your whole like stage show. Like, why we y'all we all collectively need to sit down and go to therapy and talk about why we have become so vulgar in nature. You know, why is it? But let me stop. Let me actually get serious. Let's get serious about it, because really and truly, this has been an ongoing theme all throughout music in all genres. Like when we think about how, when people say sex sells. Every older music, they were just a little more, you know, what's the word? They were a little more subtle, I guess would be a better way to say that, with the way they were saying things. But they were still talking about touching people's coochies and dipping and diving into people's air holes. That was the theme. It was just like, I'ma run you down and kiss you on your face. Like, no, but we were getting to that point. We were getting here. But the younger folks now are like, no, we're skipping all that. We're going straight to business.
Don't she a sucky cocky till tears go. Put your bunny cocky now, so you need go. Wine, girl. When you pum tight, girl. Never shut a man, so you are them rival. I know I'm wrong if you live with them white, girl. Nah, bleach, but you are them idol. Call it morning, call your man and I ain't gonna spin for your pussy, cause your pussy a mine, girl. Tell me why, girl, your pussy so tight, girl. Girl, why not go down? Because your pussy not carry and gun. So me give you funds and make you have fun. Me give your body all night till you come on. And she a ride, and she a bounce with her hand in the sky. She so cocky and you looking at me like. Put your panty playing now, playing at your hole and no playground. Stop it play around. One in your ear and come in your ears drum. Jump now your hole like stage show, run and run so your waist go bad like we go Van Spain town. She a sucky cocky till tears go. Put your up and cocky knock, so you need go.
Okay, y'all, what do we think? I've done some songs by Rymey God before. Some or one. Let's make sure we're talking about the right thing. I believe I did one song by Rymey God. One or two. And this, from what I've heard from him, this is a different kind of vibe. You know, this is more, like, you know, a sexy kind of vibe. Talking about doing the do, which we know. But I think compared to the last song I did by him, I believe it was a video where he was like, it was giving that he was in the GTA game. And he was one of the characters driving around and had the GTA map on there. And that wasn't about girls or anything like that. So, you know, getting to hear two different vibes from him, and then seeing snippets of some of his other things online as well. I won't say that I listen to Rymey God as much just yet, but I definitely am interested to hear more by him. I think the last song that I listened to by him, I would like to probably hear something else to see to see how he can switch it up, maybe on like a calmer song, because I don't think I've seen that. But granted, like I said, I don't listen to him as much, so there very well could have been a song that I haven't heard by him that has the vibe that I'm talking about, you know, something maybe a little more sensual, or maybe even I said sensual, I realize that I talk really fast sometimes, but maybe even something where he's talking about, like, you know, growing pains, growing up, or things that's happening currently, and not in the context of drugs and money, you know. So, and I think that sometimes people stay within their realm and what works for them, which is fine, but I do think it's interesting to see when artists who either talk about sex in some songs, or they talk about gunman stuff, scamming or whatever, or how hard they live this life. I think it's interesting to see them get into that, but on a type of song where it's really encompassing things that, language that's more relatable to an everyday average Joe who's not scamming or, you know, robbing. Let me not say robbing, but, you know, scamming, or, you know, talking about sex. People have sex all across the world, but I'm rambling. So hopefully you guys understand what I mean. If you don't understand, always ask me. I'm always willing to re-explain myself and make things clearer if I need to. But yes, guys, so I do want to see him on a different lanes, see what he can do, how he can switch it up more than just the two songs that I've heard. And I definitely have to tap into him some more. So if you guys have any suggestions for some Rymey God songs, let me know, and I will check them out on my own time, and then we can have a different perspective. But what did I rate it? Did I rate it? I'm gonna go 8.5 out of 10. On the beat so far, Body Good is still one of my favorites. So there's that. But I'm trying to think, y'all, did I do Body Good, or I did Body Good, but I think I did another one, and now I'm drawing a blank. Like I said, I'm gonna remember those names and write it down. But thank you so much for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe.